Hey, John Little here, Community Puzzle Project. We're on, I think, number 6. This is going to be a quick one because I just want to look at the images. As I said in an earlier video, we're going to be, I have to export these out as a 3-inch wide puzzle piece. And we know some of the images are lower res and some are very high res. And it's going to be hard to press to figure out which is which. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take an example. Let's just start with this first piece here. And we're going to go to what's called an export. And it's going to say, how do you want to export it? I'm going to say I want a photo size. And we want to be in inches. See, and I'm going to be at 300 dpi. Now see, this is, right now, this can do an 11 by 9 inch resolution. So that is going to have no problem. So if I say 3 here, and it doesn't automatically, oh, wait a minute. If we tell it the width, let's say the long edge, we want the long edge to be 3. We want 300 dpi, and we're going to choose a folder to put these into after the drive and everything wakes up. So there, Community Puzzle Project. This is your photos. I don't want to put it in there. I'm going to put it out here. Go back one. And we'll call the Alba Villager Alba Village Exports. Okay, so we're going to put them in there. And we want it to be a PNG. That's the folder. And we got to call it the same name that it was. So all we need to do is just do the current name. Because I've already named all the files what they were. So this should, theoretically, export pretty quick because it's small. And let's go over to Photoshop. Go ahead and close that one. I'm going to do an open. And Community Puzzle Project. And that's the disadvantage of working in the cloud. You got to wait for everything to synchronize and get going again. But we have fairly high internet here, so it doesn't work. It doesn't really delay it too much. So this is what we're going to open up. So now that, if I say document canvas size, that will tell me what size this is. It's 3 by 2.3. It's perfect. So that is a perfect piece of puzzle. Now we have to find one of the lower res images. Now how are we going to do that? I know. If we go by file size of Community Puzzle Project, all the villages folders, and then we go like this, and we sort by kind first. So the JPEGs. So all we want is a baby JPEG. You don't get any smaller than that. 46K. So this is the original size. That's the original size at 72 dpi. That's dots per inch versus 300. So that's row 1, column 0. So that's one right here. So let's do an export on that. And we want 3 inches at 300. Now the real question is, if we reset this and tell it it's going to be inches, oh, it's right at 3 inches at 300. So So that just made it. I mean, we're going to bump it up just a touch, but that's... So let's go ahead and export that one. And let's go back and see if we got anybody else that's small. 75. That's bigger than what we had, wasn't it? 46, everything less than 46. That's 46 kilobytes. That's a very, very small file. We have a 43. Anybody less than 43? Going once? Got a bunch of 47s. Oh no, that's, now we're out of them. Okay, so 43, this is the smallest one we have. I probably haven't done that piece yet. Have we 6.6? No, we haven't done that piece yet. Okay, we'll see how that last one came out. Then we may be all right. We're going to go back over here, and we want to go, no, we're going to Photoshop and say open. And we're going to open the next one. That looks like the right size as well too. Now this piece theoretically fits underneath this piece, right? Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to duplicate it over into the other piece. I don't know where all the naming. Right now it's sitting on top of it. I'm going to want to bring it down below. Now what I have to do is canvas size and keep it at the top, and we want to double the bottom. So we're going to be 4.6. Okay? I'm going to take this piece that you can't see and slide it down. And that's how you put it together. Pretty cool, huh? Now, this is interesting. Let me go back here for a second. 0, 0, and 1, 0. Yep, so those two go together. Let's go to the original. And that's what they're supposed to look like. I think we bring up Photoshop at the same time, right? And if we shrink it down a little bit, don't do that. Get out of there. No, 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 no. So I can see that. Okay. So now the question is, can I get this color to be closer to that color? I guess after I get it together, we're going to have to look at it and see what we can do with the colors. Or so this little quick video looks like it will work. And by the time I'm done, it's going to be 3 inches times 8 is 24 inches wide and approximately 18 inches high is what we're going to end up with. It's going to be an 18 by 24 at 300 DPI from all the little pieces. And that was the smallest piece we could find, so I think we're in good shape. I can go to bed now knowing that it will work. Isn't that a good feeling? So that was a quick little video for you. What else can I show you? Is there something else I can show you that I need to? Color correction. Why don't we take a quick look and see what we'd have to do if we want to try to color correct something. Just a quick little gander here. And let's get our pieces that we want. Let's do red. This is going to be an interesting one here. Well, we got these two pieces out already. So what I've got is, this is green, right? Undoubtedly that's green. Let's make it smaller so it's not in our face. So that is green, and we want the guy, what we'd like to be able to do is have these two guys together. I don't think I can do that in edit mode. And this one, is not green. So what is going to be the best way to do that? Well, we can add a photo filter overall to change the color balance. And if we want to go greener, that's not doing anything, is it? That changed a little bit. That's the brightness. There's a little green. So all I'm doing is, this is the amount that we're changing it. So just go a little bit. And everything you do here is non-destructive. It means I can turn it off just by going like that. So that's without the green, and that's with the green. So what we can do is go a little bit and say done here. And see, it's a little bit closer, right? Let's go ahead and let's export that one. And we got the 3. And it should have given it another name to go with it. Let's do open. And it's going to be copy. So a little greener. Okay, so I'm going to take this layer, duplicate it, back over to the 0 guy, go over to the 0. It should be this one. Yep. So what I'm going to do is take this guy, drop him down below, and I'm going to take that image and just slide it down. And turn that one back on, and turn that off. Well, we didn't change it enough. Wait a minute. This is on. Oh, look at that. That's pretty close, huh? And that's how we have to go through them. Some of them we're going to be able to get close, like this. That's acceptable to me. I think that'll work. Some of them are going to be tougher. What do we got? We have this one. This is close, but this see the difference here? And I don't believe it did that. So let's go look. We're on 5, row 3, 3, 5. So row 3, number 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. So that's kind of the color we wanted, is a grayish green. And we got a where am I? This guy. So that's close. So this one's not really close. So these guys got together somehow. The books match up. So what we're going to have to do is try to shift the green into this one, then a little green into this one, and see if we can maintain it. Now, we're getting to a point where some of these lines match up, this yellow line here, but this one, I'm not sure where that one's supposed to be. I think this is this, which is part of the inside of the frame. And yes. Oh, I can see why that's this. So it really doesn't, yeah, that's kind of looks that way. Yeah. So I think we start putting together, we'll see what we do. Now, the next question is, when you're in Photoshop, can you make changes over here? Not as easily. You can do adjustments on a layer. Like, let's take this one off, let's turn this guy back on, and let's sit on that layer. Then we do an adjustment for that layer, we can do color balance. And we don't want it greener. Now see, it's only affecting that layer, because that's where I told it to be. So we can do a lot of it over here. Like that, that looks pretty good. And so you go to layers, now see this color, these two guys are together. But that's being the token, this also affects that one down there. So once you get what you want, then you have to say this, and these guys get together. Yeah, I merged them, and that's permanent. Now the guy below it won't change. He doesn't know anything about that green that we did. So that's what you can do. So I'd say, that's the other way to do it. Just bring them all over and you just start playing with them. Which might be a better way to do it. All right, there I am just sounding things out, giving some thoughts. I don't know if you guys have ideas. I'm open to suggestions. I think we're ready to go though, huh? I have the last 2 rows to do. And the village photos. Let's just take a quick gander at what they look like. Let's see what we got. I guess we need all the colors. And we have somebody extra again. That's right, we'll figure that out. This is an interesting one. Let's see, row 7, 3. I've got to see what's there. Row 7. Oh, okay. Yeah, you painted it right. It looks like it was a poster that was there. You just did it so smoothly. Okay. Cool. I had no idea what that was supposed to be. Go back. I don't know why it doesn't keep my selection. So that's what that is. Okay. And that's very green. So we'll have to just play with that. That looks good. This is interesting, different tones. Oh, these are the double. Oh, so you're not supposed to be in. See the PSDs. That's the Photoshop files. We don't want those over here. So he goes. So I always tell if I have too many pieces. There we go. So those line up nicely. This whole section here. This is very impressive, guys. I gotta tell you, that is impressive. How well that really lines up in there. So it's boy, this is getting exciting now. And this is phenomenal. I think that's just, and look how straight this row is really. For the most part, that's pretty impressive too. We can slide those guys around. Same with this one. That looks pretty good. Okay. I think we can work with it. So we might want to think about how we want to do this now. I'm rethinking some things, how we can do it. If I make a big mask, oh, I'll have to think on that. All right, this was a quick little video just to see if the smallest images can support it, and they can just by the skin of their chinny chin chin. I would rather have the bigger images, so if other villagers are watching this when their turn comes up, bigger is better, please. That way I have room, and borders, space around it is better. Let's go down. See, this, you don't have space all the way around. This is excellent. I got space all over the place. There's a little too much space, but I would rather have that than this. This is a good one. If it's fairly straight, that's a good one. If it's going to be tipped a little bit, I'd rather have this one. That's a little big. But when they're cropped all the way too tight, I can't do anything with it. If it's off, I can't do anything to it. Most of those that you people, when you've cropped it, you straightened it, you did whatever you needed to do to make them right. So thank you for that. But I would rather have space around it in a smaller image, but higher quality when you send it to me, bigger file size, so then I can play with it. Because this is a big file size. See, that's a 12 megapixel. That's the full, and this one they cropped. So they took this image, this is a 12 megapixel, and they brought it down to a 6 megapixel. So really they've only used 50% of this entire image, and if you look at it, that's how much space they've wasted out here. I'm not gonna say wasted, but I mean that's how much, they could have shot it a little bit closer. But again, all in all, You got 64 people here that participated in this, and a lot of this stuff lines up. It's darn impressive. All right, enough of that. Again, this is the communitypuzzleproject.com. If you want to participate in this, if you stumble across this and want to participate, do the sign-up form. If you're already a villager, the other villages will show up here eventually. They've been named. And these two will be the next two. I'll do these two guys together. I don't know if I have a third one ready for that one, but I think we're at a point that we can do more than one at a time, because it's coming together nicely. So there we go. Again, thank you for participating, and I look forward to the next exciting puzzle after we get this one done. And we are so close. Good night, everyone.